Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we are at SeaWorld San Diego for the first day of the Craft Beer Festival. Now, Amy and I don't drink beer, but we are going to try out all the food items for you. We're going to tell you which ones you can skip and which ones you absolutely have to try. So let's get going. Now, most everything for the Craft Beer Festival is going to be down this way on the right-hand side of the park. There's not really anything over by Manta like there used to be. Everything's down here like by Wild Arctic and that area. Now, the first place that you are going to find some beer is going to be over here in the Explorers Cafe and at the Mimosa Bar, as well as the High Tide Brews Bar right over here off to the left. Spot number 2 is the Explorers Beer Garden, and that is going to be that little white cart right there back in front of Electric Eel and next to the Moray Eels area. Also right next to Electric Eel, right over here off to our left, is the third location for beer here at the Craft Beer Festival for SeaWorld, and that is the Electric Eel Bar. And all of these places have different local beers. So all the prices and all the signs are going to be the same. 8-item sampler, $55, and then here's the individual prices that you can purchase of things. But they all have different like brands and things from local vendors here in the Southern California area. Already here this morning, we've run into 3 different groups of people who have seen our videos. So thank you guys so much for saying hi. Once again, if you see us in the parks, please say hi. Please stop and talk to us. We're always happy to meet you guys. And thank you guys for watching and again for saying hi. The 4th location is right next to the Arctic Trader for the Wild Arctic area, and it is Beery Best Bites. And these are some of the food items we're going to get. All of these items are pretty much cooked with some sort of beer ingredient, and we're okay with that. It'll burn off or whatever, mostly in the cooking of it. So we have a beer cheesesteak here, a Chicago dog, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, tapashi glazed pork belly bao, and a lamb kofta. We're going to try all of these items and see what they're like. Number 5 is yet another location for more craft beer. You can see that they are pretty well stocked and set up here for lots and lots of different types of brewing companies. So if you love to try different beers, this is going to be the festival for you. Also right over here is a sound stage where they will be having live performances. Looks like the first one is going to be at 12 o'clock today. Now it is 11 o'clock right at the opening of the Craft Beer Festival, so not a whole lot going on right now, but Just Right Duo and the Kaylee Daugherty Trio, or Doherty Trio. And then looks like we've got another thing over here, Craft Beer Festival Bar. And I think the Welcome Center is right over here at number 7, it says. Yep, that's the Welcome Center. Amy just picked up a brochure here. Does it have a map on there too? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the map, like I said, pretty much everything is confined to the right-hand side of the park here. And I think we're going to get the 8 sampler, we'll see at least.
The prices. We may still get the past member one. I don't know.
Yeah. The most a normal person can get is a 12-item sampler, but if you're a past member, you can get a 15-item sampler for the same price as the 12-item one. So for an extra $15, we can actually get 7 more items, which sounds like it probably will be worth it for us to do that. Now, there are not a large amount of food items actually at the Craft Beer Festival. It's not like the Seven Seas Food Festival. So I think if we get a 15, we'll be able to get everything twice. There are at least 8 items that we know that we're going to eat, and I believe there are also 2 desserts. Now, we're currently not eating dessert because we're trying to lose some weight, but I think that makes it a grand total of 10 food items here on the Craft Beer Festival menu. So check this out, Craft Beer Festival past member exclusive, 5 samples for $5. Now it's valid only on Fridays and beverages only, but that sounds like a steal. 5 for $5? Wow. And here is just a quick look at some of the different brands and cans that are available here for the Craft Beer Festival. Well, I got it in the end. Pass member 15 item sampler for an extra 15 bucks and 7 more items. It just seemed like too much of a steal not to get it. And so we did 15 items. The average item is like $9.99 I was looking at. So that's 150 bucks and I spent 80. That's nearly half of the price of the posted costs for the items. Here at number 8 for Wheatley Good Sweets, we are gonna get this Cowboy Sundae. It's pulled pork, roasted garlic, mashed potatoes, gravy, and a cherry tomato. So we're gonna check it out. Here's something worth noting. It says the stout ice cream float is not available with the sampler. Now we wouldn't get it anyway because that's pretty much a beverage and that would probably have a very strong beer flavor to it. But because it's $13.99, it is not a part of the sampler. Next, we come over to number 9. Now, Amy's waiting for the other food, and I'm gonna order both tacos here, the Ensenada fish taco and Ensenada fried shrimp taco. They also have a Michelada shrimp, which is a cocktail that we'll maybe get a little bit later. Plot twist. They're not open yet either. So, piece of advice, maybe don't show up until 12 o'clock. Just give them time. It says it opens at 11, but everything should be fully open by around 12 o'clock-ish would be my guess.
Thing's tiny.
Well, here is the Cowboy Sundae, and wow, that is really, really small. Like compared to the Seven Seas Food Festival sizes, even past craft beer food festival sizes, this thing, I mean, like, look, my thumb. This is just slightly larger than my thumb. That's how small this is. And then the creme brulee is not much better.
It's actually decent size.
Well, that's true. For a creme brulee, it's a decent size. But
Tender.
It's tender.
But it's got a big hit of beer, and I don't like beer, so.
Oh, it's got that strong flavor to it?
Somewhat.
It's pretty good. I probably will end up eating most of this because there's not very many bites. But Amy's going to have all the creme brulee. Yeah, this is nice and warm. As Amy said, very, very tender. This is actually really, really good. I just wish there was slightly more of it, but wow, good flavor. Now Amy's going to have the creme brulee here.
I'm being bad.
You're being bad? You're having dessert?
Yeah. It's pretty good, actually. It's got a different flavor to it that I can't quite figure out, but...
Beer?
No, it doesn't taste like beer.
No? There's a beer ingredient in everything.
I know, but it doesn't, like... That tasted more like beer to me than this. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but it's good, so...
So from this point outside of Wild Arctic and right next to the soundstage, I can actually see all 3 food locations. One is right over there. Another one is right here in this building. And then this blue building right behind that, which is a little bit further on. It's where they have like usually the Chinese meals for Seven Seas. That's where you're going to find your food items here at the Craft Beer Festival. Some more information on the festival for you. They do have over 100 craft brews. You open it up, we have that map. Then they have a list of the different craft beers that are available. Mike Hess Brewing, Ballast Point, Hop Valley Brewing Co. and Coronado Brewing Co. Carl Strauss Brewing Company, Ale Smith Brewing Company, a whole bunch others that you can look through there if you want to just pause the screen and read through them all. Some logos over here. And they also have this scale to help you find your new favorite brew. And they tell you if things are light, sweet, and fruity, or very dark, full-bodied, and chocolate and caramel, and those sorts of things. While we wait for more places to open, we're going to come into Penguin Encounter. I love watching penguins. They're so fun. I like to see them swimming under the water, if I can, like that one. There's a bunch of them in the water. They're just floating on top of the water today. Oh, it looks like there's a bunch of swimming going on down here. Check this out. See lots of bubbles. What? Christmas stuff? Already? Oh dear. Come on. Look what I see. I see Howl O Scream decorations. Howl O Scream starts September 16th. I am so excited. It is the first scare event that we had ever been to before. And guess what? Amy's coming again.
I'll do it for you guys. That's it. I said, one of these days they'll actually have things up and running on time.
Yeah, no. So it's still not open. We're gonna go in Wild Arctic now, check out those animals. And then, I promise, we are gonna continue our food tour here at the Craft Beer Festival.
That's okay. We anticipated this.
There goes Benji. Wants to see the belugas. Ow. Just hit my arm. Ooh. I wonder if they like come up on this ledge during like training time and things so that, you know, you can see them. And can they actually get under here?
That's what I was just wondering.
Never mind. There's one right there. He managed to swim through under there. That big white blob is a beluga. Ooh, the window is working. Look out the window at the base camp. Oh, look, they have tagalongs and Samoas. What'd you find, Benjamin?
Cold.
Cold? Is it cold?
Yeah.
The ice wall. Looks like they're doing some sort of training or feeding here at the walruses. There's a first time for everything, because wow, I have never seen them like actively interacting with the walruses when I've walked through before. That was really, really neat. I got to see one roll over and flap his fins, and that was really cool. Check out this notebook. So from the front, it's, you know, pretty kind of bland, but check out the back. Isn't this gorgeous? That is an amazing artwork. SeaWorld has been kicking it up a notch with their artwork on their banners and their merchandise lately. Beautiful. At this point, it is 11:45. We just went to another one of the food areas because the one by Wild Arctic is still closed. This lady said now that they're not opening until 12:30. Okay? The Craft Beer Festival starts at 11. 11. That's when it's advertised for opening. So I don't think that's acceptable, SeaWorld. I understand being a few minutes behind, but an hour and a half? Wow. So now we're just gonna go walking around the park to kill some time. Amy brought Benjamin to SeaWorld the other day, and they went to this place right behind me, which is the Sea Lion and Otter Amphitheater. They went and saw the all-new Sea Lion and Otter Spotlight Show. If you have not yet checked that out, I'll go ahead and link to my video where I went the very, very first day, and you can see that whole presentation. Looks like it's filling up quite well back there, so a lot of people heading to this show right now. Benjamin just asked me if I would ride Shipwreck Rapids with him. We will see if we have time for it later on at the end of the video. But don't feel too bad for him. He rode it with Amy just 2 days ago. So he dragged her on. Benji just got a free ice cream cup. He got chocolate, of course, chocolate ice cream from this Fusion Wrap place right behind Manta. It's a current perk for past members. Past members? Anybody. Oh. Anybody here coming to SeaWorld in the month of August, you get a free ice cream from the Fusion Wrap place. Just that little cup, of course, but it's free. And we could grab one too, right? Or just the kids?
No, everyone.
Okay. Here is something new at SeaWorld that you may not be aware of. They are now having a separate entrance for all-day dining folks. So they've got the main entrance over here for like Manta Pizza, and then they have this separate line just for all-day dining. As far as I'm aware, all the food locations throughout SeaWorld are doing that, and this is helping to alleviate a problem, a very, very common complaint that all-day dining people clog up the line, making it even longer because they, are frequently eating more than most people are eating. Now that they have separate lines, that helps make the flow go a little bit faster for everyone else, and hopefully there shouldn't be like 2-hour-long dinner lines anymore. It's time to get some beery best bites from booth number 4. So first up here we have the beer cheesesteak, followed by the Chicago dog, and then the pork belly bao, and lastly we have the lamb kofta. Honestly, this looks the best right here to me, but all of this looks really phenomenal, really, really great. Amy's gonna try the cheesesteak first.
That's good.
Pretty tasty? All right. Lamb kofta in a cucumber tzatziki sauce. That's good. Nice and warm. The tzatziki provides just enough flavor. This is like eating Euro meat, although it's better because it's more lamb than, like, I don't know if there's any beef in here, just lamb. Wow, is this good. Oh, wow. Amy doesn't like the green stuff?
It looks like Jello.
It's probably relish.
I know, but I don't like relish.
I don't like mustard, and it's on there anyway, but that's how it is. It's a Chicago dog.
Hard to tell. I didn't really get any big bites of the other stuff, but
Is it decent?
I mean, it's a standard hot dog.
Okay.
Mustard at the moment.
Yeah. And the final item is a pork belly bao. It's decent. I don't know. Not my favorite of the things that I've had so far, but it's decent. The food booths finally opened at 12:30, so now we're gonna go to station number 9 and get those tacos. So once again, we're getting that fish taco and that fried shrimp taco. And here we go, the last items. Now they look exactly the same from the surface, but this has got fried shrimp in it, and this has a piece of fried fish in it. So the right one is the fish taco, the left one is the shrimp taco. It comes in a corn tortilla along with a lime crema. So that's what we have on top, and I can't wait to try these out. At this point, we have ordered 8 items, and I would have spent $82 on those 8 items. We spent $79 on the 15-item sampler, which means that everything from here on out is free. So 7 more items that we have left in the sampler that are essentially, free food items. If we would have gotten the $55 8-item sampler, we would have saved, after taxes, about $20 on these 8 items. So it is a pretty good deal, and these are significantly cheaper than the drink offerings. The drink offerings are like $11.99, $12.99, something like that. They're more expensive, so they're way more worth your value, especially if you drink beer. Amy's taking the purple stuff off. Cabbage? Cabbage.
I don't hate it. I just don't want that much of it. That's a big piece of fish.
Thoughts?
It's pretty good, actually. It would be nice if there were some little diced tomatoes or something on there, but it's a good sized piece of fish.
Need some pico?
Yeah, I need some pico. But, I mean, that's a big piece of fish.
Oh, it is a massive piece of fish.
It's really
There's
heavy, too.
Definitely no doubting that. Okay, here we go. I agree. They could definitely use a lot more toppings on top of it. It's pretty tasty, but for just having the cabbage and the lime crema, it could use a little extra, some pico, maybe some cilantro, something like that to give it some flavor. All right, so now that we've had every single food item that the Craft Beer Festival has to offer, with the exception of the shrimp cocktail, I want us to list out our favorite items. So for me, it has to be that cowboy sundae that we started off with. I thought that was the tastiest item that they had.
I really like the Philly cheesesteak.
That was pretty good. I felt like the bread overpowered the flavor of the
Yeah.
meat and the cheese, which is why I didn't rank it there.
It was still pretty good.
It was still pretty good. Definitely no complaints about it.
Fish taco was pretty good, actually. I just wish there was, like I said, tomatoes or something on top of it. But the actual size of the piece of fish that I got was huge.
My second favorite item would be the lamb kofta. I really, really enjoyed that. Little Benjamin hanging up there. If you can't tell, Benjamin's hanging out with us here today because his school does not start until Monday. James is in school today, so Benji's here with us.
Hi.
And he's gonna squeeze his way in here. The Chicago dog, honestly, was the best value out of everything. It was huge.
It's like a full-size hot dog.
Yeah, the biggest item that they have on the menu. The second, probably most beneficial one is that fish taco that Amy just got. Wow, was that a massive piece of fish. I did have a bite of it as well. Honestly, the fish and the shrimp didn't taste too different. Like the taco tasted pretty much identical regardless of whether you got fish or shrimp. There was just obviously a more fishier taste to the fish taco. So if you enjoy fish, that's going to be a fantastic item for you. If there is an item to skip, I would probably tell you to skip the pork belly bao. Yeah, it's just not the greatest in the world. And the cowboy sundae,
It was really good.
while it was good,
Yeah,
it
it's really
was
small.
it was the smallest portion out of anything that we got. So take all that for what you will. And yeah, this is all the food items for the Craft Beer Festival here at SeaWorld San Diego. Well, as far as festivals go, this one was really, really tasty. I think that they have had the best selection of food items in terms of tastiness than any of the past couple of SeaWorld festivals. Now, my buddy David from Big Red Journeys tells me that within the last 6 months or so, SeaWorld recently hired on an executive chef that came straight from Disney, and everybody knows Disney food is amazing. So I can already see his influence starting to hit these food items here at SeaWorld. That gives me great hope for the Seven Seas Food Festival coming up next March, 6 months from now, and for the food offerings that are going to be available at Howlow Scream in just a month. They probably will have lots of food. We're going to check them all out. Hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see that video. We're going to be going to Media Night of Howlow Scream, so we're going to show you any of the food offerings that they've got. All the haunted houses and the scare zones and everything like that will be coming your way, so I hope you stick around for it. Okay, Benjamin, it is time for Shipwreck Rapids. Do you like this ride, buddy? Yes. Do you have any other, is this your favorite ride in all of SeaWorld?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go, Benji. You ready?
It's on film.
You ready?
No, I'm really scared. I don't want my phone to.
I'm wearing clothes to
See your side.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. How'd you go, Benji? You like that ride, though. You asked to come on it. I'm pretty well and fully wet. For sure. Well, that is it for our time here at SeaWorld for today. What a way to end the day. Shipwreck Rapids, getting absolutely soaked. Had a good time here at the Craft Beer Festival. If you have any questions that I didn't answer in the video, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. And if you would like to see more SeaWorld videos, check out this one, click it, and keep watching. We'll see you again next time.